Hello, everyone. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Joey. For those who do, my name is still Joey. Today we're going to read through Job chapter 10. We read through chapter 9 yesterday and have been getting back into the habit of reading the Bible every day. Um, I'm, I'm glad I've been able to pick it back up and that we've been able to do the past few days. If I'm being honest, a little hard to do this one today. I'm quite tired. As of the last few days, past few weeks, I have not been on a good sleep schedule, and today is the day I changed it, and I got up at like I got up at 8:30 in the morning, like most normal people do, and now I'm absolutely wiped. So I apologize if I seem a little out of it, or if I have difficulties understanding it when it seems to be like right there in front of me. That should make sense. Um, it's because I'm tired. I might actually go to bed after making this video and making sure it gets uploaded to YouTube. All right. Without further ado, let's get going here. Job chapter 10. Job continues a plea to God. I loathe my life. I will give free utterance to my complaint. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me. Let me know why you contend against me. Does it seem good to you to oppress, to despise the work of your hands and favor the designs of the wicked? Have you eyes of flesh? Do you see as man sees? Are your days as the days of man, or are your years as a man's years, that you seek out my iniquity and search for my sin, although you know that I am not guilty, and there is none to deliver out of your hand? Your hands fashioned and made me, and now you have destroyed me altogether. Remember that you have made me like clay, and will you return me to the dust? Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? You clothed me with skin and flesh and knit me together with bones and sinews. Sinews? Uh, you have granted me life and steadfast love, and your care has preserved my spirit. Yet these things you hid in your heart. I know that this was your purpose. If I sin, you watch me and do not acquit me of my iniquity. If I am guilty, woe to me. If I am in the right, I cannot lift up my head, for I am filled with disgrace, and look on my affliction. And were my head lifted up, you would hunt me like a lion, and against work wonders against me. You renew your witness you renew your witnesses against me, and increase your vexation toward me. You bring fresh troops against me. Why did you bring me out from the womb? Would that I had died before any eye and seen me, and were as though I had not. What? Would that I had died before any eye had seen me, and were as though I had not been carried from the room to the grave. Are not my days few? Then cease and leave me alone, that I may find a little cheer before I go, and I shall not return to the before I go, and I shall not return to the land of darkness and deep shadow, the land of gloom, like thick darkness, like deep shadow without any order, where light is as thick darkness. uh, Straight up beginning of the chapter, Job, it says Job continues in a plea to God. Uh, at the end, he's kind of begging God to let him be and just let him enjoy. Excuse me, sorry. And enjoy last few days of his life, if that's what if this is what his life is turned out to be. Questioning why he would why God, why he would punish Job after having created him. Excuse me. Wondering if it would have been better if he was born through or if he was miscarried, or if he was killed, he died right after being born, or something like that. Wondering if that would have been a better way instead of having to deal with the things he does now. And I think this is maybe the turning point for Job. Uh, there's like 5 stages of grief. What those are, I don't remember. Maybe he's going through those stages, or this is just the way that we see Job react, and or not, or this is the way we see Job react, and maybe he's turning around. I feel like this chapter, chapter 10, kind of starts bringing him back around to God, because this whole entire chapter, I don't think it didn't feel like he was bouncing back and forth between God and his 3 friends that came to see him. I feel like this entire chapter was actually directed to God the entire time. So maybe Job is now trying to find answers. Well, he's trying to find answers. He asks questions in this chapter, hoping for answers, and he's starting to turn back to God more than he did at the beginning of when Satan started taking everything and destroying from everything that belonged to him that he got from God. So maybe sorry, holy cow, this could be a turning point for him. And Job even brings up the part where he says you bring fresh troops against him. I think he might be talking about his friends. He's saying all these things, but his friends keep giving him counteracting points. Instead of letting Job deal the way Job is dealing with it, they're giving him counteracting things that would bring him back to God. And Job is confused on the fact of why they're telling him to go to God, when in his eyes God took everything away from him. Like how he gave everything to him, he took away from him, and he doesn't know why they're telling him to go back to him. Again, I'll say it for like the 3rd, 4th time. I think this might be the turning point. Yes, we have 42 chapters in Job, but this could be the turning point for Job. Job might start seeing things a little differently. His perspective on God might have changed, or is changing, on what he originally thought, on who he thought God was originally. We shall see. Tomorrow is Job chapter 11. It says that his friend Zophar speaks next to him. I'm sorry, excuse me. And so I'm ready to see what Zophar says to him, because if the other 2 friends were about God and he felt like they've been against him, how Zophar will respond, because Job is saying this out loud, and the friends could very quickly pick up that maybe he was talking about them, the fresh troops going against him. So we'll see how Zophar responds tomorrow. But with that, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for those who watched this video. Feel free to follow along in a Bible that you possibly have. If not, like I said yesterday, there is a Bible app. I'll put it in the description. Why not? I'll put it in the description before I post it, so that everything is ready to go, and you could find it there in the App Store, so that you can follow along or just start reading on your own. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope y'all have a great rest of your night, rest of your day, rest of your morning, and thank you so much. Bye.